Welcome back to Jeffco Ed TV as we're here with Jacob Smith, the head coach of Oak Grove. And coach, first of all, congratulations. Kind of cool, number one in the 4A rankings. That's kind of a neat deal.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, really. I never thought it would be this way, but these kids have worked hard. They've put each other before themselves and have played really well this year, and it's been a joy to be a part of.
So let's talk about off the field like that. Is it the connectivity? Because is there a specialness with this team as far as their togetherness? And
I would say 100%. Back in the fall, we have kids that play football as well that weren't with us during our off-season training, but even in the fall workouts, they push each other, they goof on each other, they have a good time with each other every day. They come to work, and it's kind of carried over into the season so far, where they just come out every day, they play hard, they don't blink. I tell them that all the time. Doesn't matter who we're playing, they just come out, and I call them Steady Eddie. They just play baseball. They don't worry about what the jersey says on the other side. They just come out. They compete with each other. They play for each other, and it's evident that you can see that now. It's just been a blessing this year to be a part of it.
we did the one game, so I can only go from seeing on one game, but it was obviously special. What a great battle, you guys had with Hueytown in that game. But I could tell, your pinch runners, your backup pitchers you brought in, everybody's at bats. You're pretty solid 1 to 9. There's not two or three special guys. Of course, you got the UAB signee and all that kind of stuff, but this is pretty solid 1 to 9. Am I wrong?
You're not. It seems like it's somebody different every game that steps up, and that's what it takes to win at this level. I mean, I didn't even realize, but we'd won like 14 games in a row, and I don't even look at that stuff as much as most people do. I try to take it game to game, and I worry about who's available to pitch and who's not available. And hey, if this guy's pitching, we're gonna run with this lineup, and the kids have responded well to that. They don't. It doesn't seem like it matters who gets the job done. They just want to win. And I had a senior the other night that he was being DH for, and he said, "I don't care if I hit as long as we win." So, coming from the leadership from the senior class all the way down, it's just been that's just the way it is. We carry 17 guys, and we have 9 of those 17 are seniors. The rest are juniors. We don't even have any sophomores that really dress. We're going to start carrying some sophomores with us in the playoff picture, just for like pinch runners and having an extra outfielder or two.
Yeah.
But it's just amazing that these kids have come together. And we preach every day, OG over me. That's what we break it down to. And the fact that they bought in, the crowd, the parents, they bought in. I've been here for 12 years, and we've had parents in the past that, kind of cheer for their son and their son only. But this year, it's just been a blessing because everybody's about Oak Grove, and it's evident.
I know the region isn't the strongest. That's not a ding. It is what it is. But you have scheduled pretty heavy leading into area play, and now we're in area play for 2 or 3 weeks. So how do you stay sharp? You obviously you want to win area play and get playoffs and be in the top two. But how do you stay sharp with that competition that you had leading before area? If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the kind of the goal we had when I set up the schedule last year. I knew we were going to have a good team. I knew we were going to have pitching. I didn't know we were going to be 18-2. I would have never thought that. When we scheduled the first 2 weeks, I told our coaching staff, I said, if we come out of this 10 at 5-5, the first 10 games, I said I'll be happy with that. And then we come out of it 9-1, and we should have been. I hate saying should. We could have been 10-0. Only lost to Helena, which was we were up 4-0 in the 6th inning, and it got away from us. But going into the area play, we went down to the Gulf Shores Classic. We played some good teams down there. We played Collinsville, who is ranked in 3A. We beat them 4-3. It was a dog fight, and then we went to play. We dropped a couple games due to rain, and then we picked up Chelsea, who everybody knows is a really good program.
Yeah, top 10.
And
Yep.
top 10 in 6A. So our only two losses this year have been to two 6A schools that are ranked in the top 10. And but the schedule, as it falls off, I don't really worry about it with this group because every day they come to the park, they're ready to go. And I'll give you an example. When we were playing Indian Springs, and no disrespect to their program, but we're a lot better than they were, and we give up a run in the first inning at their place, and before I said a word, our senior catcher Olin Bryant come in the dugout, and he was like, "All right, guys, lock in. Like, this isn't gonna happen. We're not doing this. Like, let's play baseball." And that was a breath of fresh air to me, knowing that, hey, they're vested. They're in this thing together, and it was refreshing to me because in the past, it's been me going, "Hey, lock in, don't let them hang around." And then once that happened, we went on and we scored, I think, 8 runs the next inning. So it's just been a pleasure to be a part of so far.
Policing themselves, which is
Yes, sir.
That's a coach's dream, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing. We've had the kids the seniors now were freshmen when I took over as the head coach. And from day one, I've been preaching OG over me, put the other guy in front of yourself, kind of serve each other, be about each other, don't be about yourself. And lo and behold, here we are. And it's, like I said, it's just been a joy.
Finally, from what you've seen, I mean, I think it's pretty easy to say this is state championship worthy deal going on here.
Yeah, I don't like talking about that too much because I don't want to put the cart before the horse.
No,
I told the guys, I forget when we started back in the fall, but I was a part of a team that went to the semifinals here in 2015. And I've told them that y'all are head and shoulders better than that team. Like 1 through 9, head and shoulders. And no disrespect for that team. That team is the toughest, one of the toughest group of kids I've ever been around as well. But they come in, and I've told them from the first day we got back from Christmas break, I said, "Guys, y'all are good enough to win the whole thing." I said, and it ain't got nothing to do with me. I said, it ain't got nothing to do with any of these other coaches. I said, y'all have the ability and the talent on this roster, 1 through 9, even the guys that, are the come in and role play guys, but they've all bought into what their role is. And when they did that, like, I could see it coming. And once we did, it's unreal. It's hard to put into words how they play. Like, I tell them all the time, they don't flinch. When the game gets tight, in the past, we've had kids that, the moment gets too big, their eyes get big, their heart rate starts bouncing, they can't control their emotions. This group, it doesn't matter. Like,
Jacob, congratulations on a great year. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us. And obviously, we'll be keeping an eye on you guys as you get through the state playoffs, and we'll see what happens.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me.